I'm Lizz. Welcome to my channel. I am a parent, a guide, and a prolific unlearner of society's expectations. Let's get into today's video. This first full moon of the year lands in Cancer, and it is one that is super tender. It's also known as the wolf moon, and I think something people forget is that actually this time of year the wolf moon isn't bringing a lot of big energy. It's actually asking us to go within, to ask us where we feel safe, to check in with ourselves. It's asking us to slow down, be more mindful and thoughtful about what we are choosing in our lives. And it's not about pushing forward. This moon is definitely about listening. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and so emotions at this time are definitely amplified. Themes around the home, family care, safety and belonging are going to be coming to the fore, and I think that is going to be a big month of tending to ourselves and our loved ones. The wolf moon is linked to deep winter, instinct, survival and community. When we look at the wolves, they indeed howl to each other, to locate each other and to find their family and their pack. And I would urge you at this time of year to look for your own community, wherever that might be. It might be in real life and it might be online. The wolf moon is reminding us that it's not to be done alone. It is a pack thing, it is a community thing, and I do feel that we have moved away from our communities, unfortunately, to our detriment over the last 30 or 40 years, and it's time that we bring that back. Maybe the wolf moon is asking us where we can start that from. With that in mind, themes around nostalgia and how things used to be may well be coming to the fore. We may be getting old memories resurfacing, a lot of emotional tenderness going on. Bring it in to your thoughts, allow it, but then let it go again. It's important to recognize these things because it is actually all part of our growth, these sometimes incredibly hard moments and thought patterns. What matters is how we recognize them, and then we say, yes, thank you, in the words of Ariana, next. The way of the wolf moon showing up in our bodies can also become quite overwhelming, because this one can actually feel tight in the chest. We can have what feels like shallower breathing. And because of the time of year that it is, you may well be feeling more fatigued anyway, and the wolf moon is just going to come in and compound on that. So be aware of yourselves and your need for hibernation, as it were. Now, I realise that in this day and age, we can't just run away and hibernate and sleep all day, nor should we want to, really. But it is important to try and have those quiet times for ourselves where we are in the northern hemisphere, perhaps snuggled up on the sofa with a good book and a cup of tea. Or if we're in the southern hemisphere, we are relaxing, soaking up the sun, getting some vitamin D, and just allowing ourselves to feel what we need to feel right now. Our children might also be finding this time of year particularly challenging, especially if you've got neurodivergent children like I have. They will be communicating through behaviour rather than vocally. And actually, a lot of our communication isn't vocal. So it's a time to be with them and meet them where they're at and where they are asking for that attention. So finding it within ourselves that even if we are feeling very triggered by how they're behaving, or perhaps the noise levels getting overstimulated, we're going to step back and we're going to ask ourselves, right, what is this really saying to me? And in the past, that has, for our family, quite often been, I want your attention, or can you help me regulate? They're not saying it in so many words, but they're asking for sitting and calmness, maybe some essential oils if they're safe for you, just to sit with your children and either be with them actively, or actually in a more passive stance, just watch a movie with them or do some parallel play. What are some ways that you could really look after yourself during this full moon? I will be using this time of the month to paint or draw. I usually start with just drawing a moon, a full moon, just a circle, and the astrology sign that we are in. And if you are able to have some quiet time where you can perhaps put some music on or a true crime documentary, just to spend some time with yourself and doodle thoughts and feelings, what you'd like to bring in for this new year. We don't do New Year's resolutions because they just get dumped, don't they? But how about let's use this as an opportunity for steering ourselves gently in the direction that we wish to go. And along with perhaps doing some art or journaling, it's important to choose comfort over productivity. It has been an incredibly busy holiday season for a lot of us, and whether you're Christian, Jewish or whatever, there's been something going on, hasn't there? So I think it's a really important time to remember that actually you're allowed to just exist. You don't have to produce something. You are allowed to just do nothing sometimes. And perhaps some of you are coming to the ends of your school holidays and time off from work, and so soon it will be time to move into that frame of mind for working again. But right now it's okay if you just want to do nothing. So I just want to end with an invitation to ask yourself a few questions. What is helping me feel safe right now? Where am I overgiving or holding too much? What emotional weight isn't actually mine? And where can I soften expectations for myself, my family, and my friends at large? Remember, this isn't a new moon, new year, new me situation. This is a continuation, a cycle. If there's one thing Mother Nature teaches us beautifully, it's that the cycle continues. And I'm actually looking right now at my beautiful tree out the front, who of course has shed all her leaves, and she is currently in stasis. She is busy, busy, busy on the inside, but on the outside she looks quite quiet. And we are allowed to have that quiet too, and to listen to what nature does, to give us some top tips on how we can go through the world ourselves in rhythm with the seasons. So if this year is opening much more tenderly for you rather than triumphant and full of I'm going to do's, I'd invite you to think of one word or a phrase that you are going to bless yourself with for this month going forward, and how you are going to embody that. Pop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. I had to think about what my word for the month going forward would be, and mine is actually going to be allow, because I don't allow myself to stop as often as I should, and I don't allow myself to mess up as often as I should, and I really want to do that. So let me know yours in the comments. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the new moon.